Hey everyone, my name is Lottie. Welcome back to Inspire Me Higher. I hope you had a good week. My week was eventful but productive, and now I'm here. So, today we're going to talk about healing our childhood wounds. We're about to get deeper than a deep dish pizza today. Okay, that was cheesy. Oh, no olives though. I don't mess with olives. Who likes olives? No. Okay, get serious, Lottie. This topic is heavy because it affects everyone in some way or another. You know, children are the purest souls on this earth. They have such a fresh and uncorrupted view of the world. They're just so cute. They approach life with a sense of wonder and willingness to believe in the best. Their spontaneous joy is just infectious. As adults, we forget what it feels like to live like an innocent child because maturity and the pressures of the world has its way of sinking its teeth into our necks. Ugh, you know. Ugh. So, what are childhood wounds? Why do we need to heal them? Or why is it beneficial to heal them? Well, childhood wounds are basically emotional injuries that we pick up when we're young. Usually from experiences where our needs weren't fully met. You know, some examples include things like, not feeling seen, not feeling heard or loved, being criticized constantly, being neglected or abandoned, growing up in fear, chaos, or having to be strong way too early in life. Have you experienced any of these childhood wounds? If you're willing to share, please leave a comment below. I would love to hear your story. For me personally, being criticized and not feeling heard are two of the childhood wounds that I've had to really work through as an adult. It's taken a lot of words of affirmation, and I've had to shift my mindset from those beliefs about myself. These childhood wounds can often show up later in life as people-pleasing, fear of abandonment, low self-worth, struggles with trust or setting boundaries, and feeling like you're never enough. The thing is, though, we all have some form of wounding. It's not about blaming, it's about understanding. Because when you understand it, you can start to heal it, and that's the first step. This is why it's so important to be self-aware. Let's be real though. So many of us are out here walking around with childhood wounds that we never asked for. Stuff that we never talked about, stuff we didn't even realize was still living inside of us. We subconsciously suppress this stuff, and eventually it blows up and it affects how we interact with people around us and our views of the world. Just because you were hurt as a child doesn't mean you have to stay stuck in that pain forever, though. So, what's one of the first steps to healing? There's a few, but the first one would be connect with your inner child. You could try writing a letter to your younger self. You could say what you wish someone had said to you back then and be the love and the safety the younger you never had. This is an activity that I've done in the past, and I took a photo of myself when I was about 9 years old. I sat it in front of me and I wrote a letter to myself, and in the letter I basically told little Lottie, you are safe, you're okay, you're not alone, everything's gonna work out, I hear you, and I love you. And I cried so hard the first time I did that. Oh. But you know what? My spirit felt so much lighter afterwards. I would definitely recommend that you give that a try. Another way you could heal would be, just let it out. Talk to someone, a therapist, a mentor, or even a trusted friend. We weren't meant to carry this stuff alone, There's power in being seen, and even more so in being understood. A third way to heal would be to speak to yourself with love. No more beating yourself up. No. Start saying things like, I'm proud of how far I've come. I didn't deserve what happened to me, but I do deserve to heal. One thing I do is I'll look at myself in the mirror and I'll tell myself three things. I'll tell myself one thing I'm proud of myself for, one thing that I forgive myself for doing, and one thing that I commit to myself to do in the future. I'll also tell myself, I love you, Lottie. This is called mirror work. And mirror work is so powerful because you're looking at yourself directly in the eyes when you're speaking, and there's no room to betray yourself in that moment. You're holding yourself accountable to do the inner work, and that's the first step to healing. You know what they say, the eyes never lie, and that's so true. Energy, you can read in the eyes. And lastly, let's not forget, healing through the body. Healing isn't just mental, it's physical too. You could try breath work, yoga, you could dance it out, or just sit and breathe. This allows you to remind your body, you're safe now, we made it. Meditation is something that I find so grounding, and it gives me so much clarity. It's the fastest way to inner peace for me. Your inner child may have shaped you, but it doesn't have to define you. Healing is a journey, and every step you take is a win. You are worthy of healing. You are worthy of love. And you don't have to do it perfectly. You just have to begin. So, I challenge you this week, try out one of these techniques and see how much lighter and more free you feel afterwards. Your confidence and self-esteem will skyrocket, I promise you, because it did for me. And if you cry the first time, that's all right. I was like ugly crying, sobbing the first time I did it. So just have the tissues ready. You'll probably have a lot to unpack, and that's totally okay. Healing our childhood wounds takes time and intention. It's important to be self-aware of our behaviors and how we show up in the world. Living in denial all our life doesn't help us at all. It only hurts us without us even realizing it. We may not have had the best upbringing or the perfect parents, but to be honest, our parents did the best that they could with what they knew. We don't have to play the victim anymore. We could take responsibility for our own healing. That is our only duty. And I believe that you can do it. You can do it. Thank you all for tuning in. If you like this message, please like, comment, subscribe, and share with a friend. I'm sure there's someone out there who needs to hear this message today. Remember, friends, you are worthy and you are safe. My name is Lottie, and I'll see you next time on Inspire Me Higher. Bye.